Them girls came one night, and I believe that was Tuesday night. After that, we didn't see them anymore. Only person that kept coming was Khalil, and I think that was just more up to get information to report back to them to tell them what he knew or what we knew. Us thinking that Khalil was a true friend to her,
right,
and we're going off of what he said. It kind of took everything away. People something else, and you know what? It's always our own. It's our own people. Our own people.
Everybody being arrested and doing time in Mexico. Everybody extradited over there and doing their time there. That'll be justice for us as of now.
The disturbing case of the assault and demise of Shanquella has been all over the internet for months. In a recent interview, the deceased sister revealed that her alleged best friend Khalil was right there when her sister was assaulted. It is rather unsettling how he stayed by their side and kept lying for 2 weeks straight about the cause of Shanquella's death. Unfortunately for him, the autopsy results revealed the truth. We've all the deeds, so let's investigate together to find some new clues to help solve the case. Shanquella Robinson was brutally assaulted by her group of friends in a luxury suite before she died due to a broken neck and spinal cord injury. Recently, her sister, Quill Along, did an interview with the North Carolina Beat and revealed the two faces of her friends. She started the interview with the pain and sorrow they still feel, even though it's been months since her sister's passing.
I'm not going to say every day. I'm going to say every hour, every minute, every second, because
Long is aggrieved by the blatant lies that have been told by people and authorities to their faces. And to add to that, there has been no progress on the case. She explained about the conversation she had with the three friends, Winter Donovan, DJ Jackson, and Khalil Cook before it all blew up on social media.
Asking them what happened on the trip and asking them pretty much what we heard happen.
Basically, all the major culprits visited the house because they wanted to feel out the situation and the kind of danger they were in. It is also entirely possible that they came to know what will be the next moves of the family regarding the murder they staged as an accident. The public is disgusted by them and their actions. People cringe whenever friends turned murders are mentioned. I cringe every time hearing those 6 vipers being called Shanquella's friends. One killed her and the other 5 did nothing and later lied to protect one another and their own skins. They all plotted and encouraged this frenzied beating that is so obvious. Lesson here is to choose your friends wisely. Just like not everything that glitters is gold, same can be said for some so-called friends. They definitely had ulterior motives because they were manipulating the family by calling all the fuss around as hearsay and insisted it was a ploy because no hands were used.
You know, pretty much what we heard happen. And of course they denied it. They sat here and said there wasn't any type of fight, no hands was thrown. You know how the young kids talk.
Quill Along also addressed the rumor going around that some kind of eating was involved when they came to Shanquella's house to pay respects. She clarified that they were all sitting and talking in a room and no other activity took place. It is rather stupid for intern netizens to spread such false information just to cover up the trials of a group of murderers.
Seen people say that they came in here and they ate. I don't recall them. They didn't eat anything.
Right.
Actually, we all had them in one room talking to them.
Right.
Furthermore, Long mentioned that the girls only came to their house one time and disappeared. The only person who was in and out of the house was Khalil. How could you not want to visit the house of a friend that died while on a trip with you? That is, unless you were involved in one way or another.
Them girls came one night, and I believe that was Tuesday night. After that, we didn't see them anymore. Only person that kept coming was Khalil, and I think that was just more up to get information to report back to them to tell them what he knew.
Let's not forget the fact that the attack was videotaped and posted online by another one of her alleged besties, a punk named Khalil Cook. But the legal representative for Shanquella has not been sitting helplessly at the imminent injustice taking place. Sue Ann Robinson, an attorney for the Robinson family, has recently sent a letter to U.S. government regarding the update on this case.
Mom is the same. Everybody's pretty much the same. It's different every day for each of us.
Yeah.
In a letter obtained by ABC News, their attorneys said, "My clients recognize that the U.S. government has many priorities and responsibilities, but believe that intervening in this case would not only serve the interests of justice, but also send a clear message that transnational criminal activities will not be tolerated." The fundamental purpose of the letter was to make the government notice the case and for it to instigate some action to find the truth and ultimately bring Shanquella to justice. As Ben Crump took to Twitter saying, "We expect to meet with the White House to discuss our request for diplomatic intervention in #Shanquella Robinson's death. This is a momentous step in our journey toward justice. We must keep Shanquella's story alive so her family has an opportunity for accountability." But that is most definitely not the worst of it. A YouTuber who was very invested in the case critically analyzed the video clip and pointed out that Winter was FaceTiming someone to show Shanquella being assaulted. And that person was spooked when they heard the news of Shanquella's passing.
Was FaceTiming someone from what it looked like, because someone ended up calling Shanquella's mother and telling her.
later on that next day, I got a call saying that they was over there fighting Shanquella.
So basically, the cover story the Cabo 6 week was that Shanquella was suffering from poisoning. And guess who was the one who was the mastermind behind that scheme? Yes, you got it. It was Khalil.
Which we all were still skeptical about it, but us thinking that Khalil was a true friend to her.
Right.
And we're going off of what he said.
What people don't understand is that Khalil played a vital role in the incident even though he was not firsthand involved in the assault. He orchestrated the idea. Because he was on the trip, Shanquella's parents weren't worried. But people don't realize how deeply involved Khalil was with her family.
You had no reason not to trust him.
Yeah, we had no reason not to.
Yeah, this is someone that's been on family vacations. I mean, and knowing your sister.
The saddest part of this case is that the direct aggressor was identified by the Mexican prosecuting attorney, but the U.S. government has been waiting for the tie to pass down to avoid any negative attention they get from social media. A fan who kept up with the case expressed his concern, saying, "The U.S. has the power right now to bring justice to the family of Shanquella Robinson." Mexican prosecuting attorney Daniel de la Rosa Ania has indicted the direct aggressor of Shanquella. Mexico requested extradition in November, and the U.S. has been sitting on it for 4 months. The incompetence of the system to deal with this case is clearly reflected by the fact that almost a month after Robinson's death, the FBI Charlotte field office opened an investigation as Mexican prosecutors attempt to extradite the suspect. A spokesperson wrote in a statement to the Charlotte Observer, "The FBI Charlotte field office has opened an investigation in the death of Charlotte resident Shanquella Robinson in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico on about October 29, 2022. Due to the ongoing investigation, we have no further comment." But the most heartbreaking part of the interview was when Long discussed all the disrespect and negative comments she and her mother have been slammed with on social media, that they do not show any emotions on the interviews airing on the television. Long argued that Khalil, DJ and Winter came to their house and bawled their eyes out while lying to their faces. So what does it amount for nowadays?
When my mama do her interviews, she ain't showing no type of emotion. She ain't crying. What crying gonna do? Them motherfuckers came over here and cried. They boo-hoo tears.
Wow.
And they murdered her.
And Winter is not coming slow at all. She stupidly says on her IG Live that the autopsy results are not valid. She uses violence to solve all her beefs, and no one is allowed to jump in to stop. Well, what I'm hearing this girl is a serial bully who has no remorse at all.
Don't mean that happened. They're just trying to cover it up with a broken spine and whatever else they're saying.
It is rather chilling to hear her talk. It's like listening to a psychopath talk. And the public is rather surprised by the audacity of these people to post "we miss you" messages on social media after brutally abusing her. I watch a ton of crime videos, documentaries on serial killers, murders, etc., and I have never cried during one. This story hurts my heart so bad and has made me so emotional. What they did to this young woman is horrendous. What they did to her while she was vulnerable and naked, and then to take her money and post about "we miss you" on social media. The level of pure evil and selfishness and disregard for Shanquella's life is so frightening. Now, explosive documents have been revealed that have statements from the Villa concierge submitted to Mexican authorities. The concierge reportedly offered condolences to a person that is said to be the main assailant, Jackson, that was on the trip with late Shanquella Robinson. He described that person as indifferent and very cold. He said he gave the group room to mourn, but minutes later heard laughter. Salamander Robinson have given her statement in the light of the group's behavior and her own interpretation of the events. It's been a long journey. I think the evidence is there. Someone should have been locked up long time ago. The fans mourn the loss of the beautiful and successful Shanquella Robinson alongside her family. I want justice for this woman, I want justice for her family, and I want justice for the people that it affected. I want each and every one of these souls that played a part to get what they deserve. That's it for today, folks. Until next time, goodbye.